And welcome back to the second hour of our coverage of the 2016 presidential election. I'm Taylor Varner.
And I'm Jacqueline Chappell.
Jacqueline, we have results coming in. The updates are coming in as polling places are closing. So Trump just claimed South Carolina. So we're going to pull up a graphic here and look at those.
Yep, that's another state for Donald Trump right now.
Yeah, another state he's added to the Trump campaign. And so, like we said, Donald Trump the winner for the Republican Party in South Carolina.
Yeah, we've got a lot more polls coming in through the evening, so as soon as we get that information, we'll be giving that straight to you. So as here's some, on the graphic, we've got the overall presidential election right now, so this is nationwide. Clinton is right behind Donald Trump at 49%, with Trump has 51% right now. So that would
it's tightening up. It's really tightening up, as we knew it would be. And so now, as it's coming in, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, all claimed by Clinton right now. So a lot of results are coming in right now.
And also Rhode Island and Illinois. Okay. So those are all coming in really quickly. Lots of results coming in.
And our state has just been claimed by Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's really big news here. I mean, we probably figured that Donald Trump would win Oklahoma, but that has officially came in. Trump has won the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, and now we are going to go to Caitlin Ogle, who's at a polling place. Caitlin, what do you have for us?
As we approach the end of the deadline, we found some people here at Precinct 60 who are having a little bit of fun with the voters.
For this precinct is here, and so the staff at Life Church decided that they just wanted to extend just, hey, you know, just some niceties and say, welcome, and everyone seems real relaxed because of it, so it's kind of fun.
Seem to be pretty excited. Just wanted to get in here.
Being able to extend a hand and say, hey, welcome, cookies on the left or cookies on the right. Perfect. And their reaction is the best part.
Now, guys, keep in mind that the polls do close at 7, but those who arrive at 7 still get to vote. From Edmond, I'm Caitlin Ogle, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Caitlin. And so she's at a polling place. The polling places here in Oklahoma are now closed. If you were in line at 6:59, you were good.
Yeah, the polls in Oklahoma closed 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago.
But according to our results right now, Oklahoma's already been called for Donald Trump.
Yes, it's already been called. So Donald Trump took Oklahoma, and several states are coming in right now. And now we are going to go up to our social media desk with Megan Hatch and TJ Eckert. What updates do you guys have over there for us?
Sure, Taylor. Now, we just had a ton of states come in, and so we pulled up this graphic right here. So this is what we got so far. Of the latest results that have come in, Clinton has won Delaware, D.C., Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Illinois, while Donald Trump won Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Mississippi. So a bunch of states just came in, and I know that we were trying to get those all updated for you, and so hopefully this graphic makes it a little easier. And so that's the latest that we've gotten so far. Megan, what do you have?
I just want to go back and tell you guys about our hashtag. We've got the hashtag RollVote16. If you want to go ahead and use that hashtag, tweet us. We'll get you guys on the air. We want to hear from you. It's been a little quiet tonight. So I was expecting a lot out of social media, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And we're going to be keeping up with you guys.
Just like the election results that are coming in right now, it's still early. So you guys get on there, use that hashtag, and let us know what you're thinking. Guys, back to you.
Thank you guys. You're doing a great job over there. And we are joined again by our breaking news and our expert tonight, Justin. Justin, you have... It's a busy night. A lot's going on, and you have an update about the California shooting.
Yes, I do. The update is, this is near Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
A shooting near a polling place in Azusa, California. That's about 30 minutes away. So people inside that polling place said that they heard shots fired outside of the polling place, and people just started running in. They said that they saw a white man outside wearing a bulletproof vest and a white shirt.
Wow.
Right now we know one person is dead, 4 more are injured.
4 more. So now the total, it's up to 5.
Yes, and right now there is a manhunt going on in that town for the suspect.
Might be tough because of all the people running around. And a lot of people, like we said, the lines have been long. So I'm sure, and in California, 30 minutes outside of LA, it's probably a lot of people in that line.
Yeah, and you know, it's rush hour right now in Los Angeles, so everyone's just moving around, trying to go vote, having an ordinary day, and there's a suspect on the loose.
Maybe later we'll find out more about how it's affected the voting. Maybe that poll is probably going to be delayed for a while.
I bet it will be, yes.
And so California might come in really late.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
California's going to come in late anyways, but especially with this information, I think so.
Yeah, I'll continue to update you on this.
Yeah, we
Thank you,
appreciate
Justin.
it
We
so
really
much.
appreciate
Thank you, Justin.
And now we are going to go to Elsa Ruiz with our Spanish update, or she's with a guest over there. Elsa?
Así es, en el 2004, cuando George W. Bush estaba corriendo para presidente, había el 44% de los latinos que votaron. Los números han estado bajando durante los años, 31%, 27%. ¿Qué es lo que piensas tú? ¿Cuántos latinos piensas tú que van a votar como en estados de la Florida, que es un estado importante?
Bueno, en general yo creo que este año, en esta elección, lo tengo por cierto que hay un montón de latinos, casi toda la comunidad. Yo he escuchado de algunas historias que también vienen de diferentes países solamente para votar, para ayudar a este estado, esta nación. Y yo sé que en Florida hay un montón de latinos, hispanos, entonces yo creo que eso va a ser un buen estado para que Hillary gane.
Así es. Y como mujer latina, ¿qué es lo que piensas tú de los comentarios que ha hecho el candidato republicano Donald Trump de las mujeres y sobre los latinos?
Bueno, en tema de mujeres, yo creo que machista es una palabra muy chiquita para ese hombre. Yo creo que como mujeres nos tenemos que poner fuerte porque esto siempre ha pasado y no deberíamos de dejar a una persona que no es tan inteligente y que es un poco ignorante para decirnos cómo somos y cómo debemos de ser. Entonces yo creo que lo que dice está mal porque él es un ser político, él no es una persona normal y eso es lo que él no entiende y la verdad no sé por qué. Y en tema de hablando de personas hispanas que dice que todos somos mexicanos, yo creo que eso es una ignorancia tan grande, porque no todos somos mexicanos. Yo soy peruana, tengo una amiga que es boliviana, de Ecuador, entonces no todos somos hispanos, no todos somos latinos, no todos somos mexicanos. Entonces yo creo que como presidente debería de saber cómo hablar y debería de saber diferentes tipos de hispanos y latinos.
Así es, eso es algo muy importante.
Sí.
Eso es todo por ahorita. Back to you guys to the desk.
Thank you, Elsa, and thank you to all of our guests again. And now we do have, as the states keep coming in, the electoral map is getting updated. So we're going to take a look at the updated electoral map as of now. And last time we saw it, it was 19-3, and now, Jacqueline, 63-57 with Clinton leading.
Yeah, and the way the Electoral College works, it depends on population of each state. So even though Donald Trump has technically won more states, Hillary Clinton has more electoral votes right now. So Clinton with 63, Trump with 57. That perfect number, 270 to win.
It is, and like we're seeing right there, you know, Trump does have the most states with the red, but the size of it matters. So I know
about population.
Texas has 38, and they're the second largest, and I believe California has 55, and we have 7. So just to give you like a little synopsis there, it just the
So
size of the state.
Yeah, it's not the sizing of the map of like the land size of the state. It depends on the population. Right.
And so like we said, Trump has won more states, but Clinton has picked up the states with the most electoral votes. Yes. And guys, so a big focus on this election has been winning the millennial vote. UCentral's TJ Eckert went out on campus to get a sense of how our students are feeling about their candidates.
Campus is buzzing with anticipation for this election, and it's pretty clear that our students are a little worried about the future of the country.
I honestly feel like we're kind of in trouble. I don't like either Hillary or Trump.
Both candidates aren't too great of humans, really. They're like they both have some moral problems, but it's a pretty even race right now, and you can't really define who's winning.
Honestly, I feel like we're picking a lesser evil.
These students are well informed, gaining knowledge and information from multiple sources, even seeking out the information on their own.
I've watched the debates, social media, Twitter. Probably I'll Google stuff sometimes just to look up stuff for myself. My parents are pretty involved, and then my pastor is very politically involved. Mainly social media, like Twitter, basically. Sometimes, occasionally I watch the news. Facebook a little bit, but yeah, it's a lot. I see a lot on Twitter. Like that's like the main source I get it from.
Some of them even went to less used mediums, while some didn't do anything.
I actually read the newspaper and I watch news, and I get it from pretty much all over. So
Honestly, when I see it, I don't pay attention to it.
So, who's our next president going to be?
I feel like Trump would be a better decision just because of the state our country's in economically, and I don't feel like Hillary's fit to be our president with her past.
To me, I think Donald Trump is losing more because a lot of minorities are really against him right now with his views about women, Latinos, and everything else.
Based off of the last debate, I would choose Trump, mainly because I've got strong views on the military and I'm against Hillary based off of the email scandal and what she's done with Benghazi and everything.
From UCO, I'm TJ Eckert, UCentral News.
Thanks, TJ. You know, Taylor, it's great to see how many students here on UCO's campus have really gotten involved in this election.
Yes, I saw yesterday UCO was awarded an award that had the most registered student voters in the size of our university. So that was really cool. Millennials have played a huge role into this election.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I think the biggest thing about that all plays back to social media.
Yes.
I mean, millennials use Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these other things to really get the information in quickly, and it's a really good way to get to know everything, and they've been really doing their research.
It is, and for many of them, this is their first time to vote. And so I've seen on social media, you know, a lot of them were really excited. It's just good to see everyone excited. Millennials, the older generations, celebrities, everyone's getting really involved, so it's nice to see.
Yep, definitely. Well, right now we're going to take it to Katie Towler, who is at the Republican headquarters. Katie, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. We're here at the GOP Watch Party, and it is in full swing here at Main Event. We are keeping you updated with the current results of the election. Trump and Clinton are going back and forth for the lead in Ohio and North Carolina. Trump is predicted to win Tennessee, Mississippi, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Indiana, according to CNN. We were just given some information that Senator James Lankford will be giving a speech at 7:55 tonight. We will continue to report live and keep you posted. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Katie. And guys, we will be here with you all night with the wall-to-wall election coverage.
Yeah, and then right now we've got, we'll be right back after the break.
And welcome back. And like we said all night, we're going to have updates. So we're going to go updates right now as more states are coming through. Jacqueline?
Yeah, so this is going to be the national polls right now. Currently, Hillary Clinton has 48% to Donald Trump's 52%. So that's going to be 7 million votes, close to 8 million votes right now for Clinton, and right above 8 million votes for Donald Trump. So things are still really tight.
Yes, and as we look at the Oklahoma presidential results, we got Clinton, Trump, and Johnson all with some votes. So Clinton received 28% of the vote, Trump 67%, and Mr. Johnson with 4% of the total vote.
Yes, and currently, like we said earlier, Trump did win the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, he did. So Trump has claimed the state of Oklahoma. Now we're going to look at the U.S. Senate, Mike Workman versus James Lankford. James Lankford has a 74% lead to Workman's 26%.
Yeah, and then James Lankford's been there for a while now, so it could, I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed.
Yeah, really no surprise there,
no surprise.
if we're being honest. And so the Oklahoma congressional race, District 2, we got Joshua Harris-Till, Mark Wayne Mullen, and John McCarthy. Harris-Till with 27%, and he's running for the Democratic Party. Mullen is running for the Republican Party with 60, and he's winning right now 68%, and McCarthy is with 5%.
Yes, and we just got news that James Lankford did win the Senate here in Oklahoma.
And that is claimed by the Associated Press.
Yep.
And so now we're moving on to District 3.
Here's District 3. We got Frankie Robbins for the Democratic Party and Frank Lucas for the Republican Party. Currently, Lucas is ahead with 76% to Robbins' 24%. So that's District 3 right there.
And now we're moving on to the next district, I believe, District 4, with Christina Owen, Tom Cole, and Sevier White.
Christina Owen is for the Democratic Party. She currently has 29% of the vote, with Tom Cole for the Republican Party at 67% of the vote to Sevier White's 4%.
And White is representing the Libertarian Party. So far, Jacqueline, we've seen the Republican Party, the nominees running for the Republican Party, they're winning right now, or have
already won. Right,
yes.
And then currently we've got District 5 here right now. Al McCaffrey for the Democratic Party is at 33%, with Steve Russell for the Republican Party at 64%. and Zachary Knight for the Libertarian Party at 3%.
And a lot more votes coming in, as we saw in that last one. The winner had almost 700 votes, so there's a lot more votes coming through.
Right. So we're going to take it over to Cindy to give us an update with a Chinese update right now. So Cindy, what do you have for us?
Okay, guys， 好的，那我们现在继续来关注一下美国大选的票数情况。从今天早上第一支队伍开始投票到现在呢，让我们一起来看一下现在的投票状况是：希拉里是48%，而现在这个特朗普是52%，现在已经是很接近的一个票数了。但是目前希拉里仍然是落后于川普大叔。Okay, guys, back to your seat.
Thank you, Sydney. It's really cool, like we said, trilingual coverage tonight.
Trilingual, yes, we've got Hispanic and Chinese coverage right now.
Very cool. And now we are joined by Caitlin Boiselle, who is at the UCO watch party.
Caitlin, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. We are here live at the Will Rogers room right behind me in the Nye University Center at UCO, where we see students piling in tonight for UCO's watch party for their favorite candidate that hopefully might win tonight. You can come down here. It's going to be until 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to have refreshments, cookies, board games, and a lot of fun. And you guys will not want to miss this. And it's going on until 10 o'clock tonight. So that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Caitlin. So right now we've got Eric Tapia over at the guest desk. Eric, what do you have for us?
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Mark Hannabit tonight. He's been a professor here at the University of Central Oklahoma since 1988 and worked for the Orlando Sentinel in Florida, in which he covered several national topics. And in his time here, he was the advisor to the Vista for 10 years and a member of the American Democracy Project for 5 years and practices law now. So, Dr. Hannabit, how have you seen truth muddled in this election in the view of students in your classrooms?
Well, I don't see much difference between what I hear from the students and what I hear from the general population. Fact checkers have found that Donald Trump has played loose with some of the facts, and at the same time we've noticed that Hillary Clinton hasn't exactly been forthright with some of her answers. And so I think what we've seen is pretty much people voting straight party lines regardless.
Yeah. So do you think people are just overlooking the facts in most elections? I know you've dealt extensively with the media, which should base everything off facts, but in the eyes of students, how has that changed?
Well, I think the students are pretty much like, they're concerned about things that affect them, tuition, job creation, things of that nature. But those are the job creation, the economic issue is also an issue with older voters. So I think what's happened in our country has become so polarized that it really doesn't matter too much what the facts are anymore. We seem to have abandoned the philosophy that our founders gave us, which was to be more pragmatic in our approach to policy, and instead have approached things from either a conservatism position or a liberalism position, and really not listening to the other side. We've become so polarized as a nation that I think everybody's just kind of entrenched in their particular view, and they have no intention of even looking at the other side.
So how have you proactively tried to change this here at the University of Central Oklahoma and outside?
Well, I think professors everywhere have a goal to help students learn how to think. And that means that we don't approach an issue or a situation from a preconceived position. What we do is we look at the facts, and then based on those facts, we make a decision about what to do about it.
So is critical thinking dead?
I don't think critical thinking is dead. I see it in the classroom every day. I think it's on life support in many cases because of the political entrenchment that we've got.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Hannabit, for joining us this evening, and I'm going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Eric. And he was joined by one of our professors, Mark Hannabit. So we thank you guys both for all that insight.
Yeah, and right now we've got some new results on the Oklahoma State question.
Yes,
so
we do.
Right now we've got results for the state question 776, that's the death penalty. We've got a 70% yes on that right now with 63,000 votes in. And that's compared to the 30% no votes with no on the vote for 27,000 votes.
So
right
that one's looking strong
Yeah.
right now for the yes. And as we move on to the next state question, and it is 777, which is the right to farm, which we have seen a little package on that earlier, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
And right now, it's 57% no.
Yeah, and this is one that people have been really campaigning really hard on both sides. This is, I mean, I stress to say that State Question 77 is probably one of the most controversial that we have here in Oklahoma right now. So we've got 43% yes to 57% no. So
Yes.
yeah, no is winning right now.
That one we have heard a lot about. And another one that has caused a lot of stir is State Question 779, which is the 1% sales tax towards education. And right now, it is a 56% no, with the 44% yes, Jacqueline.
Yeah, with almost 10,000 votes. Separating them. Almost 10,000 votes more for no. On State Question 780, this is going to be the drug and property crimes one. 55% have voted yes for this, and then we've got 45% no. In the case with 780, if 780 passes, then that would bring in 781.
Yes.
So if State Question 780 doesn't pass, then State Question 781 doesn't matter.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and take a look at 781 right now.
And that the rehabs program State Question is passing as well. And like you said, 780 has to pass for 781 to even really matter. Yeah, and right now, so they're both leading. 780, 781 is leading, and 781 is winning with a yes by 54% to a no, which is 46%. So that one's really close. And as we take a look at the next state question, which is State Question 790, the money for religious purposes.
Yeah, this one came about not too long after the whole controversy with the Ten Commandments sign at the state capitol. So the way that this would work, if this passed, then legally they could put that sign back at the state capitol.
Which would also allow other people of religions, correct me if I'm wrong, but other people would get to put their things at the
From what I've heard, yeah, that is true. So this is currently not winning. And then we've got State Question 792, the sale of wine and beer. So this would improve liquor sales. I mean, this would, improve's the wrong word, but yes. Liquor sales, you'd be able to buy cold High Point beer in a liquor store right now. Yep, and then also you could buy other items that pertain to alcohol. If you want to buy limes or Coke or anything like that, you can buy what you buy at a grocery store, you can get at a liquor store.
Yeah, and the grocery store, it'll be selling wine and beer as well, right? So that is State Question 792, and it was winning with a yes, I believe. All right, there we go. And so international students have been brought into this campaign cycle with something that every citizen has besides them, a vote. With the effects if the campaign possibly changing their lives, UCentral's Eric Tapia has the story.
As the election comes to a close, one group that makes up 10% of the student population at UCO is facing one problem. International students are unable to vote. While the enrollment for international students continues to increase across the nation, the group has no voice in any government election, even though some of the ballot initiatives affect them.
We discuss it sometimes, but it's not something that we talk too much about because, I mean, we can't really vote anyway, so.
Lynn Bristellan, president of the European Student Association, is watching the candidates. She said that though they cannot vote, the group still discusses the election and other issues and deeply cares about it.
It's really interesting this year because of the candidates are so controversial. So it's something that I can read about in the newspapers in Norway as well as over here. So it's different this year for sure.
While international students may only be around for a few years, Bristellan believes that the election affects her and her friends. Allowing international students to vote is common in Europe, where many countries allow it to this day.
The things that work in Norway does not necessarily work here. That's kind of hard, but I've started to realize that now as I try to see it from both sides. I think it's a lot of different viewpoints. Yeah, it's either you hate the candidate, or I guess most people don't like either, but it's kind of stronger dislike than it has been before. So, I mean, people talk about it all the time, so you can't really stay out of it.
International students are also unable to vote in local elections, with many of the results, including the proposed sales tax, affecting them. At the University of Central Oklahoma, this is Eric Tapia with UCentral News.
Thank you, Eric. And another state has been claimed by the Trump campaign, and it is Alabama, as you can see here. So Trump, with another state under his belt tonight, for the Republican Party, Alabama is claimed.
Yep, and I want to give you one more update on the poll closing. So right now it is almost 7:30. Arkansas polls will be closing at 7:30 exactly. So we will know probably some more information on the state of Arkansas.
About Arkansas. Sounds great. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Electoral College. Right now it's really close.
Very
We've
close.
got Clinton with 65 electoral votes to Trump's 66 electoral votes. Yeah, like we said, as you're looking, you see a lot more red on that map. That doesn't, they're both very, very neck and neck, but just because of this,
Yeah, each state, like we were saying, the different size of the population matters. Like, so Oklahoma has 7, California has 55, Texas has 38. So although Clinton has less states than Trump, she's picked up some ones that are kind of heavier when it comes to electoral voting.
Right, she's just one electoral point right behind Donald Trump.
Yes,
so like we said, 270 to win. So the first one at 270 wins.
It is very close. And now we are going to go over to the social media desk with all the updates going on. I'm sure there is a lot going on right now. Hopefully, maybe Trump and Clinton are tweeting.
Nothing from the candidates so far, but I do want to hit on something. You guys just pointed out how close the Electoral College race is. We have this tweet right here pulled up. 88% of the votes in so far for Florida, deadlocked. 48.5% for each candidate. Shocking right there. Obviously, this will keep updating, but right now, as I said, tied right now. Megan, what do you know?
And we know whichever candidate wins, Florida will be celebrating since it does have so many electoral votes up for grabs. I do want to touch on that celebration. We've got something funny going on at Donald Trump's watch party.
Look at that.
This is a cake made of Donald Trump. So
that is fantastic.
I bet it tastes just as great as it looks. I don't know if that's something I would personally want to dive into, but it looks like they're going to enjoy it later on tonight. So maybe they'll send us some updates on that. Back to you guys.
Man, you guys are making me hungry with the cake.
I know, we haven't been able to eat yet. I heard that. I heard that we just got some pizza and we can't eat it yet.
Yeah, so, maybe on this break that we're about to go to. So we are about to be back with more updates of the 2016 presidential election.